Hey, what's up guys? My name is Lauren Hardy and I am your virtual wholesaling coach. Today, I'm going to give you a blueprint to get started in virtual wholesaling. So it's tough to give you all the details in a quick 15-minute YouTube. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the 4 main areas, the main blueprint key points that I get asked the most when it comes to virtual wholesaling. So listen in, I'm gonna do my best to get as micro as I can on the details. So if you need, get a pen and a paper, make sure you're paying attention. Let's go. Okay, so topic number 1, how do you generate seller leads when you're virtual? So here's the deal. It's just like any other way you generate seller leads. There really isn't much different. You can very much easily do any type of marketing campaign virtually or in your backyard. So I'm gonna give you a couple ideas. I still love texting. At the time of filming this video, I'm still pretty big into text messaging. I'm into cold calling as well. I am into TV ads and I love direct mail. So those are the 4 things that I'm gonna talk about when you are generating leads virtually. So there really is no difference with virtual versus in your backyard, but I do want you guys to do one extra step. I want you to find the key zip codes that most of the investors are investing in. And the way you do that, I have a little trick for you guys. If you can get a free list source account, you can actually pull a list for free. They won't charge you for this. You pull the entire territory, and you are gonna look for absentee purchases that are corporate owned. That's gonna give you the real players, the real investors in the area. And when you go to buy the list, you are going to export just the zip codes and they will email the zip codes. Now I realize I'm brushing over this very, very quickly, and I'll make sure that I am gonna do a tutorial video coming up and I will show you exactly how to do this. But I am giving you a little rundown of a way to find the hot zip codes. You need to figure out where the best zip codes, where are all the investors investing in this virtual territory. That's very important. You really don't want to market to the entire county because there could be areas in your virtual territory where investors are not really buying in. So it's important to know where are those zip codes or those neighborhoods that investors are buying. So that's the first thing you really want to make sure when you're pulling your cold calling list or you're pulling your texting list that you zero in on the right neighborhoods and you don't waste your marketing budget marketing to zip codes that, you know, say they have a bunch of mansions or it's super, super low end and like you have to pay an investor to buy there. So that is my best advice right there when you're trying to figure out an actual territory. When it comes to direct mail is so expensive. So you really want to make sure you're not wasting money marketing to zip codes. There's sellers that own homes in zip codes that you're not going to do a deal in. So again, please listen to my advice, and I promise you, be on the lookout. I will create a video on how to do this step by step on ListSource. I promise you. So again, generating these seller leads virtually is the same like anything else. And all over my YouTube channel, I have videos on texting, on direct mail, on cold calling. Depending on what campaign you choose, find those videos. I definitely go into a lot of depth. If you guys need more help, I do recommend working with a mentor or a coach to really fine tune your marketing campaigns. Okay, so next we are going to talk about the script that you use to talk to sellers virtually. So now you've generated some leads. You did a direct mail campaign and a bunch of people are calling you, but now what, right? You're wondering now what? Okay, well, the good news is I gave you that script for free on my website. Go to www.laurenhardyco.com, sign up for my free script. This is the exact script that I use to talk to motivated sellers. It really isn't much different than being in your backyard, except for you're not going to end it with, let's set an appointment at your house, because you're not going to do that. Instead, I want you to build rapport with the seller, and I want you to get as much detail about the home as you can, so you can get a picture of this house in your head and you can come up with an offer price without having to see the house. That's the trick of being virtual. So remember, you need to talk to the sellers, get them to like you, build rapport. You can use my script. My script is awesome. It gives you ideas of what you can say. You can say it word for word, or you can, put your little spin on the stuff that I say, but this will give you an idea. And then you need to make sure you have enough information about the home so you can price this property out without having to actually physically see it. Now, next is, how do you get a signed contract over the phone? That must seem impossible, right? Well, no, it's actually very easy. I use a tool called DocuSign. So if you have a seller who has an email, you can send them a contract via DocuSign and they can sign right from their email. I love DocuSign. There's other e-signature, software that you can definitely look up and get into, but I'm a big fan of DocuSign. And that's what we do with about 90% of our contracts. Now, there is a 10% of people that they don't have email, they don't do the smartphone thing, and that's totally cool. In that situation, I am going to send one of my boots on ground to that seller's home with the contract. You can do a mobile notary. You can do just someone, I call them a runner, somebody that you hired ahead of time that runs these sorts of errands for you. I personally have them in every market. I pay them $20 an hour. They work very part-time, only when we need them to run errands. So I would send my runner with a contract and they would get it signed and then they would scan it back to me. So you can do something like that. Or you can even partner with a local mentor or a local JV partner who's also wholesaling houses. You can look at that person as a mentor or, a joint venture partner, just somebody who is wholesaling houses. And, you are going to probably have to work out some kind of fee split, because they're not going to work for you for free, but you can have them go down with the contract if the seller doesn't have, the ability to get on DocuSign, or they don't have email, they don't do the cell phone thing. It's totally common, but there are ways to work around this. So I want to actually deep dive in working with your boots on ground when you are virtual. I really like having a runner. So I called this person a runner, really it's an errand runner. And I really think that when you are deciding to go virtual, you should ahead of time get this person. This is not somebody that you have to hire full time. You are literally looking for somebody who just wants to make a few extra bucks on the side. And from time to time, you can call them and ask them to run an errand for you. So it's really important that you get someone like this. I find these people on Craigslist, and it honestly doesn't take me very long. We've had, times where we needed to find a runner really, really quick, and we can post a Craigslist ad, and within a couple days, we've got somebody. You can offer them a range of maybe $20 an hour. And I do recommend, if they are going to be driving a lot, you might want to pay them for some of their drive time as well. So this is very, very important that you have this person. They can go, if say, you need someone to go take photos of the property, that's exactly what they can do. Say you have a vacant house and the seller says that you can put a lockbox on the house. It would be the runner that could go to Home Depot, buy a lockbox and put the lockbox on the home, or you could even Amazon Prime them a lockbox, which is what we do. So this errand runner is a person that can do all sorts of things for you. You want to make sure that is, the boots on ground person you have. The other boots on ground you really want to have is a local wholesaler that is experienced. So if you are having trouble, working this deal before you blow it up, go find somebody who's doing a lot of deals that can save the deal for you. I always say that it's better to save the deal and have to split it with someone than the deal blowing up and nobody gets paid. So make sure that you have those two people for your boots on ground when you've decided to go virtual. Between these steps that I've given you, this is how I got started in virtual wholesaling. And obviously over the years, I fine-tuned a lot of processes, but this is the best way, at least I'm kind of giving you a little, head start in it. Now, I've personally made a ton of mistakes when I was going virtual, and I had to really learn from those mistakes. And, from my tons of mistakes over the years, I was able to, put these in a course and a coaching program. And so, I do have a coaching program that does teach virtual wholesaling. If it is something that you're interested in, check out virtualinvestingmastery.com. But if you want to, go to my website, again, I've got a free script and I've got a free wholesaling mini course. If you want to check that out, go to laurenhardyco.com. And after, listening to this video, if you guys have any more questions on virtual wholesaling, I'm filming a ton of content and I want to know, what are your questions? So put your questions in the comment box. Give me a like if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next time.